We've all seen the ads. Make money while you sleep. Start a side hustle and quit your job by 30. Sounds great, until we're stuck at 2 a.m. answering customer emails for a so-called passive dropshipping store we built with our last $500. In this video titled, Passive Income Separating Myth from Reality, we'll talk about what passive income really is, what it isn't, and the truth no one wants to say out loud. Because most of the money being made in this space isn't from passive income, it's from talking about it. If passive income has ever felt like a moving target, stick around. This could change how we all think about money. Just give Luxo-Life some love, and let's get started. The passive income fantasy. Sold to you since the 92nd. You didn't fail passive income. Passive income failed you because you were sold a dream built on skipping steps. That's the harsh truth, and the first thing we need to clear up. What started as a boring tax term in the 1982nd got turned into a flashy promise by marketers in the 92nd and never looked back. Today, passive income is everywhere. YouTube thumbnails, TikTok tutorials, Instagram ads. It's pitched as your way out, your ticket to freedom. But that version of the story was never real to begin with. The term passive income wasn't invented to help you quit your job or retire early. It was created by the IRS to stop wealthy people from avoiding taxes using fake paper losses. That's it. It had nothing to do with building wealth or making money in your sleep. But once marketers and content creators got a hold of it, they twisted the meaning into something exciting, something clickable. They knew people wanted an easier way to earn, so they sold that idea over and over again. Just think about it. How many books, YouTube videos, and online courses have promised financial freedom through passive income? It's a never-ending scroll of bold claims and 5-step formulas. But what most of them leave out is the hard part, the years of work, the upfront money, the systems behind the scenes. We were told to expect results without really being told what it takes to get them. No wonder so many of us feel like we missed something. The truth is, most of what we were shown wasn't passive income at all. It was smart branding. So, if you've ever felt like you were doing something wrong because it didn't work out the way you hoped, it's not your fault. You didn't get the full picture. And that's why this video exists, to clear the noise and finally talk about what passive income really is, what it's not, and what actually works if we want to build something that lasts. The harsh truth, what passive income really means. Now, here's another truth that doesn't get said enough. Passive income exists, but it's not passive. It's just income after you've paid the price up front. Somewhere along the way, the idea turned into money for nothing. But what really builds passive income are cash, generating assets, not hype, not hope assets. Things that actually produce income even when you're not working. But none of them are free. Every one of them costs something first. So, what actually counts? Dividend-paying stocks, rental properties, royalties from intellectual property, private equity deals, digital content and products. These are the real sources of passive income. But each one demands either time, money, or systems to get going, and usually a mix of all three. You might be writing a book, buying real estate, filming content, or investing in someone else's business. Whatever it is, you're either putting in the hours, putting up the capital, or building a machine that keeps running without you. That's not passive, it's just delayed effort. And that's where most people give up, because we've been taught to chase the result, not the reality. But here's the difference. When we shift our thinking from chasing shortcuts to building assets, we stop wasting time and start building something that works. Breaking down the big 5 passive income streams. Let's now break down the 5 income streams everyone calls passive, but aren't as hands-off as you think. First up, dividend investing. This one gets a lot of love because it feels like easy money. You buy stock in a company, maybe Coca-Cola, Apple, or McDonald's, and every few months they send you a little thank you check. Sounds great until you realize putting in $10,000 might get you $300 a year. Congrats, you're officially rich at Olive Garden. And if you compare it to just holding an S&P 500 index fund over time, the dividends usually fall behind. So yes, it's passive, but also, yes, it's kind of slow and underwhelming unless you've got serious cash. Next, real estate. The go-to passive income example. Just buy a house and rent it out, they say. Except no one mentions the late-night calls about broken toilets or chasing down rent from tenants who suddenly disappear. You're not just investing, you're now the landlord, the customer service rep, the emergency plumber, and the unpaid therapist. Unless you own multiple properties, have a reliable team, and enough capital to outsource the headaches, it's not passive. It's another full-time job that's been dressed up to look easy on Instagram. Then we've got royalties. In theory, this sounds dreamy. Write a book, produce a song, license your design, and just collect checks. But here's the thing: Mariah Carey makes millions every Christmas because she is Mariah Carey. That song didn't go viral by accident. It had a label, timing, radio support, and decades of exposure. Your homemade ebook or jingle probably won't hit the same. Royalties only really work if you've already built brand, reach, and momentum. Without that, it's like whispering in a hurricane and hoping someone buys your audiobook. Now on to digital products. This is the one we see everywhere on YouTube and TikTok. Create once, sell forever. A course, a template, a preset, whatever. And while it's technically true that it can make money after the work is done, most digital products have a shelf life shorter than your last relationship. They trend for a week or two, maybe a month, and then it's crickets. If you're not constantly creating new stuff or driving traffic to it, your so-called passive income dries up fast. Selling a Notion template isn't your ticket to Bali. It's a quick flash and then back to zero. Last one, private equity or limited partner income. This is the model the wealthy love most, but you probably don't hear much about it. Why? Because it's real, but completely out of reach for most people. You invest in a business, do zero work, and get a share of the profits. But here's the catch. You'll need at least $100,000 locked away for years with no access to it. You also need deal flow, trusted partners, and serious due diligence. This is passive for the rich. For the rest of us, we're still on Upwork trying to land a client before rent's due. The worst offenders. Drop shipping and affiliate marketing. Now, it's time to talk about two of the most overhyped and misunderstood ways to earn so-called passive income: drop shipping and affiliate marketing. You've seen the flashy thumbnails, $140,000 in 5 days. Sounds amazing until you hear the fine print. After ad costs, product returns, supplier fees, and platform charges, that $140 Kelvin turns into a net loss of $35,000. But don't worry, he still bought a Rolex for the thumbnail. Dropshipping is often sold as a simple set-it-and-forget-it business, but the reality is it's a constant grind filled with unstable margins, customer complaints, and ad account shutdowns. Affiliate marketing isn't much different. Most of the people who tell you how easy it is are making more money from views and affiliate tutorials than the actual commissions. It's not about selling products anymore. It's about selling the idea of selling products. The real profit comes from building content that convinces you to try it, not from the affiliate links themselves. It's marketing inception. And the deeper you go, the more you realize the income is only passive for the person already at the top. The real hidden cost of passive income. You know what the real hidden cost of passive income is? It's not just money. It's one of three things: time, capital, or systems. If you don't have money, you'll be paying with your hours. If you don't have time, you'll need cash. And if you're short on both, then you better be building systems that do the work for you. Every income stream that looks passive on the outside came with a price. Whether it's years of building an audience, front-loading content, or investing 6 figures into an asset, someone always paid upfront. The reason it looks easy for wealthy people is because they already paid. Years ago, they built the business, hired the team, or made the investment. Now we're watching the payout, not the effort it took to get there. That's what most passive income influencers leave out. They skip over the part where it was anything but passive. And if we try to copy just the result without understanding the work behind it, we're chasing an illusion instead of building something real. The truth: passive income is not to get rich. So maybe your goal isn't to escape work, it's to build an asset that outworks you. And you know what? That's the real point of passive income. It's not some golden shortcut to get rich. It's what people use after they've already built something, saved up, or earned enough to buy back their time. Passive income wasn't designed for people starting from zero. It was built for those who already had something to invest money, systems, or experience. That's why the rich use it to stay rich. They're playing defense, not offense. The truth is, 99% of people still trade time for money every month. And for those who do receive passive income, the average amount is around $350 per month. That's not financial freedom. That's a partial grocery bill. So if we're being honest, the goal isn't to avoid work altogether. It's to work smart now so your effort pays off later through something you own, something that keeps earning even when you're not there. That's the mindset shift. And that's where the real freedom begins. What to do instead? The asset first mentality. Here's a quick guide on how to actually move forward, because chasing shortcuts doesn't work. Instead of hunting for passive income hacks, focus on building assets. That means building something once that can keep working for you over time. Not a quick flip, but something solid. Grow an audience that trusts you. Offer a skill people will pay for. Create a service you can deliver well, then turn it into a system. These aren't instant wins, but they lead to income streams that last. Once your active income is consistent and your bills are covered, that's when investing makes sense. That's when you start putting money into dividend stocks, real estate, or private deals, not as a gamble, but as a way to grow what you've already earned. It's not about escaping effort. It's about shifting your effort into things that keep giving back. That's the asset-first mindset. And it's how people actually build long-term wealth without pretending it's passive from day one. Luxo lovers, if this video helped you see passive income in a new way, go ahead and like it. Leave a comment to tell us what stood out, and share it with someone who needs to hear the truth. If you're new to Luxo-Life, we're glad you're here. This is where we break down real wealth, real assets, and how we can build something that lasts. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so we can keep growing together without the hype, without the shortcuts, just what actually works. See you next time, Luxo lovers.